Good Tuesday evening, February 18th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Hundreds gathered at Memorial Park yesterday in what became a joint protest against Trump administration policies and in support of federal workers. According to a new study, Washingtonians say grocery prices have become their most hard-to-afford expense. A winter weather advisory will go into effect tonight at 10 o'clock. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. Construction for Phase 1 of the Confluence Parkway project will begin next month. The first phase of the project includes 2 new bridges across the Burlington's Northern Santa Fe Railway, a new roundabout intersection at North Miller Street and Holly Street, a new signalized intersection at Maple Street, and more. Though work is set to begin in March, North Miller Street between Maple and Walla Walla Avenue will not close for construction until June. Phase 1 of the project is scheduled to cost about $88 million and be complete and open to the public in late 2027. The city has secured more than $177 million for the entire project, which will provide a bypass for North Wenatchee Avenue, including a second bridge across the Wenatchee River. Nearly 40 employees of the Okanogan-Wenatchee National Forest lost their jobs last week alongside thousands of federal workers across the country. According to Politico, 3,400 employees of the U.S. Forest Service were laid off beginning February 13th in a first round of layoffs that targeted probationary employees. On Monday, hundreds gathered at Memorial Park in what became a joint protest against the Trump administration's policies and in support of federal workers. Suzanne Cable, a retired program manager for the Okanogan-Wenatchee National Forest, attended the protest and explained the potential impacts of the layoffs.
I would like people to understand about the situation we're seeing is that it's a method of reducing workforce that just has no strategy. It's cuts that are being made, people that are being fired based on if they're in a type of employment where it's easiest to do. To remove people that have been in probationary status, which is new to the agency, employed for roughly 1 year or less in most situations. This is the next generation of land stewards. These are the people that are at the beginning of their career, that are choosing public service and are dedicated to a public need, and they're the ones that are being targeted this first round. And that's just going to have repercussions for the future of the functioning of our federal government, the future for the function of the Forest Service. And rather than encouraging people to believe in and want to join in the value of public service, it's nothing but it's discouraging that. The folks that felt the pain of being fired this past week are the ones that are really doing on-the-ground field work. That's so important to the recreation economy here in Central Washington, and so important for the people that love and visit our national forest to have a good time while they're out there. To be able to hike the trails, to be able to have a clean toilet, to feel safe, and to learn about the incredible wild places that we've got here and that they're so fortunate to be able to visit.
Owen Wickenheiser, a ranger in the Enchantments until he and almost all of his crew were laid off on Valentine's Day, spoke about his concerns for the popular area.
We fly out around 10,000 pounds of human waste every year. And if there are no rangers to help do that, there will be really big human health hazards. A lot of that waste just drains into the lake if it's left unattended. It's not soil that will decompose human waste because it's above the tree line in some sections. We put out a lot of fires up there. You're not allowed to have fires at Colchuck Lake and above in the Enchantments. People still try, and we still have to put them out. Really worried about that area getting burned. It's a natural resource that people love and respect, and a lot of education needs to happen to allow these visitors to have the tools for success up there. People come from all over the country and the nation to camp up there. It's a lottery system, and we're required to provide amenities for those people to camp up there, and those amenities will not be taken care of.
Saying he wants to bring the state's inmates closer to their government, a Spokane Valley legislator has proposed that a vacant building on the Capitol campus be used as a transitional facility for adult and juvenile offenders. Senator Leonard Christian's bill that would turn the former General Administration building into a transitional facility has been referred to the Senate Human Services Committee, but no hearing has yet been scheduled. The building is on track for demolition as early as this summer. Christian said the Democratic-controlled legislature has too often come down on the side of criminal offenders with the bills they've passed, and his bill would give them the close contact with the criminal population they deserve.
It seems like this whole year has been about release criminals into the community. Let's use that empty, vacant building that's just costing the taxpayers money, flip it around and turn it into a community release where the folks can be right here.
When we come back, Chelan County Commissioners will host a series of discussions within each of the 3 districts they represent to get input from the public on various issues. And the leadership class at the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce got a chance last week for an up-close look at the state legislature. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. with professional-grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Let Mary Maid's custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee help. Mary Maid's cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Mary Maids, let us help.
Washingtonians say grocery prices have become their most hard-to-afford expense, according to a new study. The Washington State Food Security Surveys conducted the survey from August to October of last year and included over 5,000 respondents from all across Washington counties. The majority of survey respondents reported experiencing concern for future price increases, high levels of stress, and intentionally reducing food quality and quantity due to high prices. WSDA Food Policy Advisor Katie Rains says that she hopes the survey results will be used to foster collaborative strategies against rising statewide food insecurity. Chelan County Commissioners will host a series of discussions within each of the 3 districts they represent. The community-led meetings will be held the first week of March, where county directors who represent community development, public works, natural resources, economic services, and the Regional Justice Center will be present. Each meeting will be held from 6 to 7:30 p.m., and Spanish interpreting services will be available. Commissioner Kevin Overbay will host the District 1 event on Tuesday, March 4th at Mission View Elementary School in Wenatchee. Commissioner Brad Hawkins will host the District 3 meeting Wednesday, March 5th at Chelan Fire and Rescue in Chelan. Lastly, Commissioner Sean Smith will host the District 2 discussion on Thursday, March 6th at the Leavenworth Fire Hall. The public is encouraged to attend with questions or concerns that they would like addressed by a county commissioner or department director. The leadership class at the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce got a chance last week for an up-close look at the state legislature. Members of the class traveled to Olympia to meet with state lawmakers from the region. The chamber said the main topics that kept coming up were housing, education, transportation, and the state budget. The group also talked with Secretary of State Steve Hobbs and representatives from the Association of Washington Business, which is contracted lobbyist for the chamber. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we will visit with Teresa Bendito, one of the recipients of this year's Community Impact Award organized by the Wenatchee World. A winter weather advisory goes into effect tonight and continues into Wednesday morning. I'll have your full local weather forecast coming up. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Remember when you could afford to have fun on two wheels without breaking the bank? Maybe you started on a Honda Z50 or a Trail 70 or one of the most popular Hondas of all time, the Trail 90. Well, Honda and Doghouse Motorsports are making fun affordable again. Introducing the Honda Monkey, the Dax, and the new updated Trail 125, all featuring fuel-injected four-stroke engines with electric start. The best part of all, they are affordably priced under $5,000. Whether you're just getting started or you want to get back at it, Doghouse Motorsports has you covered.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new mid-size Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
In tonight's feature story, community organizer Teresa Bendito has been the guiding force behind multiple movements in Wenatchee, including Parque Padrinos, the nonprofit she co-founded to improve local parks. She's also been instrumental for groups like Our Valley, Our Future, the Northwest Immigrant Rights Project, and Rural People's Voice. Teresa is one of the recipients of this year's Community Impact Award organized by the Wenatchee World.
This will continue to live on because I think that's what is the beauty of a lot of these organizations is that, that someone can be there, have an impact, do work, and also create and open doors for others as well. What has motivated me to be so passionate about doing this work is knowing that my family, my parents came here over 30 years ago with absolutely nothing, and that they worked really, really hard in whether it's agriculture. I saw them work long hours. When my mom was able to open up a cleaning business, she worked again really hard work. And still always seeing them, struggle to make ends meet. And they had all of these, extra struggles, extra limitations that didn't stop them. Then I should be able to do that as well. So Rural People's Voice is a newer organization. It's a 501c4. And what we believe to the core is that what we want is an economy that works for all. So what we believe will help us get there is a couple of different things, but one of them, and it's the work that I'm specifically working on, is organizing. There's not a lot of already electoral organizing infrastructure here in North Central Washington and typically in rural communities, and that's what we're trying to build. We're trying to really bring people from across different races, classes, and just parts of walks of life to really say these are the things that we really want and deserve for our families, but it shouldn't mean that we have to, choose between getting the food that we need or the insurance we need. We also are supporting candidates to build a government that really works for us, and we know that that will happen when we have more working class families and people in those positions because they have skin in the game. You don't need, a big fancy title to do amazing work in this community, and that it can be anyone who's passionate enough to do that work. This work is really a reflection of our strength and perseverance and our vision for a community that we really love and want to see continue to thrive. I would really encourage more people to take their part and volunteer or show up. That we need more people, and for folks who can, to give an opportunity to those young people who might be newer or don't have as much experience than you in those, whether it's at work or through volunteerism. Believing in young people and giving them opportunities is so important. I know that was one of the main reasons why I'm here today, is because I was given an opportunity to be a community organizer at 19 when I was at community college, and I was also serving, to being able to have someone to trust me enough that I know my community because I was born and raised here, to be able to help bring people together. That I think there are so many more people out there that really just need that opportunity for someone to believe in them and to help guide them a little bit, so that we can continue to have more leaders in this community.
Time now to take a look at your north central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Tuesday was a good one. Increasing clouds throughout the day today. And as we take a look outside our weather window from this afternoon, you can see that lower cloud deck obscuring parts of the Cascades. This shot up at Lake Wenatchee. So the storm system we talked about yesterday is beginning to move into parts of Chelan County, and we will continue to see that trend as we move into tonight. In fact, we have a winter weather advisory in effect for almost all of north central Washington. By tomorrow, we could have 3 to 4 inches of snow in the Wenatchee area, about 2 to 3 inches in Chelan. But here we go with the snow. Stevens Pass, 6 to 8 inches. Also, Snoqualmie Pass could pick up about 4 to 6 inches, so this will begin overnight. So as you make that morning commute tomorrow, we're certainly going to have a little bit of snow on the ground, but I think it's going to be possibly up to 3 inches or so when you get up in the morning. We'll have to wait and see. High temperature today, though, a little bit better than yesterday, 37 unofficially, which is still about 6 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. 43 is our normal high, 62 our record. Boy, isn't that nice? That was set back in 1977. Once again, right in the ballpark. Our low temperature of 27, normal is 28. Our record low, 8 degrees, and that was set in 1990. Sunrise this morning, 7 a.m., and it sets at 5:30. So we're gaining some more light, as we talked about yesterday, almost an hour and a half for the month of February. All right, high temperatures as we get you into midweek Wednesday, almost a carbon copy of today. Upper 30s, Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy. Mid to upper 30s then, Wenatchee, Eniat, Chelan, and up into Omak. And we're talking basically mid 30s then in our higher elevations. Leavenworth 35, Cashmere tomorrow, high temperature of 36 degrees. Let's get you into our surface map now. Tonight, overnight snow will develop. That's because of this area of low pressure off the coast. It's going to bring a good area of clouds our way in our evening hours, and then this will expand overnight. And by the time we get into Friday or Wednesday morning, I should say, cloudy skies. It should be snowing most likely when you wake up tomorrow. There it is, all across Washington State and Oregon. 1 to 3 inches by morning time, could be a little bit more, and we could pick up some more on Wednesday. For Thursday, mostly cloudy skies. Look at that, a brief ridge of high pressure over the Pacific Northwest. That'll stabilize our weather just a little bit as we get into the end of the week. Warmer temperatures for Thursday, high temperatures in the low 40s. And then for Friday, cloudy and seasonal as our next storm system prepares to move in. We will see highs on Friday, really not bad, and about where we should be at 40 degrees. And then as we get you into the upcoming weekend, here here comes that storm system, an atmospheric river moving in, lots of wind in western Washington, heavy rain to our west. We will see rain on Saturday as well as we warm up into the mid-40s Saturday afternoon. By Sunday, still a ton of wind in western Washington. We could catch a little bit of that Sunday with rain likely. And look at that, we're warming up some more, mid to upper 40s for our high temperatures on Sunday afternoon. And then as we get into Monday, this is where we're going to see a really nice warm up as well. Cloudy skies, rain will be likely. There's that little area of low pressure that's going to provide the moisture into our area. And we're going to warm up. Look at that, high temperatures Monday near 50 degrees. And it looks like that's going to last. All right, 7-day forecast, 32 overnight tonight. That's one of our warmer overnight lows we've seen in a while. Snow and rain likely. I think it'll be mainly snow in this forecast. 37 for Wednesday. Mostly cloudy to cloudy skies then for Thursday and Friday. 42 Thursday, 40 on Friday. And then cloudy with rain developing late in the day on Saturday, a high of 44. Rain will be likely on Sunday and 47 degrees with cloudy skies for your Monday. Rain likely once again, but a nice warm up with high temperatures near 50. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
And a happy Tuesday. It will be Canada against the U.S. for the whole McGillicuddy on Thursday night in the Four Nations face-off. The Canadians advanced yesterday with a 5-3 victory over the Finns. The U.S., despite a 2-1 loss to Sweden, had already qualified for Thursday's championship with last weekend's win over Canada. The rematch will be in Boston Thursday night, 5 o'clock. It'll be on ESPN. Well, while we talk hockey on one hand, it's time to talk baseball on the other hand. Seattle Mariners had their first full squad workout today in Peoria, Arizona. Pitchers and catchers actually reported last week ahead of everybody else and have been working out all weekend before position players reported today. Manager Dan Wilson says the messaging to the full squad this morning will be the same message right up until opening day.
You know, we've done a lot of work as a coaching staff in the offseason, and you know, I think we've got a lot of things that we want to say, and you know, getting in front of the group and delivering that message. And then it's not always just about the message that you give, but it's more about the little messages that continue and get sustained throughout all of spring training. So you know, we're all on the same page, and we're looking you know, to be ready. You know, like we mentioned on March 27th, guys being not having you know, to still get ramped up from spring training. We're going to be ramped up and we're going to be ready to play, and we're going to start strong on the 27th.
Logan Gilbert is coming off a 9-12 All-Star season in 2024. He says the workouts under Dan Wilson have been great so far.
It's been fun. It's been good so far. Just good to be back. I mean, obviously having Dan at the helm this year, having his first spring training, that's been different. It's been good. And just seeing how he wants to do things and putting his own spin on things, and just all the pitchers getting back together, it's been fun. I think he's settling in good. Everybody loves Dan and knows Dan, but I think just getting to know him on a personal level, some of the people that maybe didn't work with him in the past, just getting to know him, his leadership style, what he's expecting out of us, I think that's a big part of spring training.
Skipper Dan Wilson says the quality of the pitching staff up and down the lineup is so good in part because of the example set by Logan Gilbert.
You don't talk about Logan without talking about his work ethic and what he brings, in terms of his preparation, and has really helped him to really excel over the last couple of years. Took a huge step forward, getting over 200 innings last year. All-star season for him. He's really become a leader amongst that pitching staff, and what he continues to do is get better, and he continues to work at it, and there is no quit in him. And he is here. He's getting ready. He's preparing. I think in some ways he does what he did before, but he's not afraid to make changes and adjustments, and he's always just working and making his craft better. He's a great person, a great leader, and a good guy to have to lead that pitching staff.
Gilbert pitched over 200 innings and had over 220 strikeouts last year. He says the biggest thing he wants to improve upon this season is his consistency.
It's always consistency. It's kind of a boring answer, but at this level, at the highest level, it's the greatest in the game do it every single time they go out there. And I felt good about my year individually, the whole staff, but a lot of times in a season you have 33 starts, you might have 2 or 3 you wish you could get back, and you look at guys like Scooble and Sale and those guys, they pretty much do it every single time they went out. So I think that's the little bit of the separator there.
As far as Gilbert and the rest of the pitching staff's battery mates, Wilson says he's leaning on Cal Raleigh and Mitch Garver again this season.
Cal is a guy that has taken a big part of the load here over the last couple of years, especially last year, and it'll be a matter of helping him manage that to some degree. And Garv, again, bringing that veteran presence. He's been around. He does such a great job with our pitching staff, and the two of them complement each other so well. So we're pretty fortunate to have the pitching that we have, but I think we're also very fortunate to have the battery mates that we have in Cal and Garv, and I'm looking forward for those guys to continue to help this pitching staff become as good as they are.
Seattle begins Cactus League play on Friday with the opening season just a month away, March 27th against the Athletics. The semifinals of the District 5 1B boys basketball tournaments were held yesterday at Moses Lake Christian. Waterville-Mansfield advanced to the championship with a 47-38 win over Oroville. The Shockers will meet Moses Lake Christian in the title match Thursday at Wenatchee High School after the Lions beat Soap Lake 58-23. The District 5 1A tournament continues tonight with Cashmere hosting Count Benton at 6 o'clock while Chelan welcomes Wapato. The tournament also resumes tonight with Cascade on the girls' side visiting Wapato at 6 o'clock while Chelan is on the road at Natchez Valley. 4 of the Big 9 schools will meet tonight for a shot at getting into the District 5 4A tournament. Eastmont visits Moses Lake at 6 o'clock while Sunnyside is hosting Eisenhower. The winners tonight will face off in the district tournament Thursday night while Davis visits West Valley for the district championship. Girls also face the same task tonight with play-in games as Moses Lake visits Eastmont while Eisenhower hosts Sunnyside. The winners of tonight's games will face off at the higher seed Thursday while West Valley plays at Davis for the title. The Lady Cats have dominated the 2 meetings earlier this season with Moses Lake. Back on January 10th at Moses Lake, Eastmont came out on top 46-33. The Wildcats found themselves on top again just 11 days ago at home 54-38. NCWLIFE channel will have tonight's game already streamed on our Facebook and YouTube pages live tonight. Grant Olson has the play-by-play. Our pregame starts at about 5:45 this evening. Well, as the high school basketball season winds down, the Wenatchee Bighorn season is firing up. Following a tryout last weekend at Wenatchee Valley College, fans have a chance to meet this year's Bighorns team this Sunday. The community is invited to come out and get autographs and take photos prior to the team's scrimmage, as well as a slam dunk contest. All gets underway at Wenatchee Valley College Sunday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Tuesday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.